And welcome to our rest and reset practice, our final practice for the summer together. Um, so I do hope that you enjoyed the recordings in the series, and you can listen back to them whenever you'd like. For our final practice, we'll be moving through some self-applied touch, some breathing. We'll do some twisting. We'll be seated today if that's comfortable for our twisting. And then we'll finish with a bit of body sensing. This practice will be around the 15-minute mark. So we're just going to dive right in, do as much or as little as you'd like, and feel free to modify with anything we've done before or anything that feels intuitive or natural for you if what I'm offering doesn't feel right. So starting with our self-applied touch, starting in a seated position if you can. And if you can have your feet on the ground or if you need to slide something underneath your feet so there's a sense of connection with the soles bottom of your feet with whatever is beneath you. And if you're reclining, see if you can sit a bit more upright. And if not, that's okay, but make sure you're supporting your back. So you feel that the spine is lengthening. And a way that you might check in is see if there's like a floating of the shoulders over the hips. So you're noticing if there's a rounding in the spine. See if you can bring a little bit more lift, more spaciousness. Might just be a pillow, the lower back, something supporting the middle back or the back of the head. And letting your hands come to rest on your upper legs, your palms are facing down. You can have your hands, if it's comfortable, about halfway between your knees and your hips. And we'll be moving through a little bit of a subtle rocking with affirmation and breaths, or mixing quite a bit here. And you might have your own affirmation for grounding into the present moment or into your body. I'll offer today that I'm here and I'm present. And you might say, I am here on the in breath. And as you say or hear to yourself, I am present. On that out breath through the nose or mouth, you're gently pushing the heels of your hands into the upper legs and you're gently rocking forward with the upper body. Then, as you inhale, leaning back slightly, releasing that pressure in the upper legs, you're breathing in, I am here. You're exhaling, gently leaning forward, pressing into the upper legs. I am present. Do that 3 more times, your pace of breath. Feel on the exhale as you affirm your presence. You're feeling the connection of the legs, the feet, the lower body. As you inhale, releasing that gentle rock forward and pressure, feeling the spine aligning. I am here. One more cycle. And then bringing the hands together, giving them a bit of a back and forth, some friction, creating some heat. So you're rubbing the palms of your hands together at a bit more of a vigorous pace than you might think. And as that warmth is building, then you're going to softly begin to sweep the palms of your hands along the top of your head to the back of your head. Do that once or twice from the front to the back, feeling the top and the sides of the head. Bringing your hands back together, moving them quickly, bringing back in some of that warmth and energy. And then sweeping along the forehead and the eyebrows toward the temples. Along your cheeks and cheekbones toward the front of the ears. And along the jawline. Bringing your hands back together, moving them vigorously, creating some warmth. And then gently crossing the arms in front of you so your hands are on opposite shoulders and you're gently brushing down along the front of the arms toward the elbows, back up toward the shoulders, brushing down the upper arms to elbows once or twice more. Welcoming that touch. Letting it be a pointer home to your body, feeling from within as you're gently moving down the arms, and then let your arms and hands rest by your side. Just taking a few breaths here, your natural rhythm. Letting this be a time to tune in. What's the inner landscape like today? Now that you've applied some touch and connection, how is your body feeling? Noticing if there's a particular state of mind. And what are the qualities of your natural breath? Just getting a sense for the rhythm and the flow and the feel, how it moves through you as it comes in and down, expanding from center to periphery. And the exhalation, that energetic up and out, releasing and letting go. So, feeling these phases and movements of the breath. Might feel a bit of a polarity, but together they're part of this radiant breath, this whole movement. Inhalation unfolds into exhalation. And back to inhalation, just following along with your natural rhythm a few more moments. If it feels right for you, following along with coherent breathing, an even inhale and even exhale, I will count along. We'll move through a wave today. So we'll do a 3 count, a 4 count, a 5 count, and then back to a 4 and a 3. You can remain at a certain number if one feels just the right level of comfort for the practice. So on your next exhale, take a pause, hold out your breath, and breathe in for 1, 2, 3. Pause and hold. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause on empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause on empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause and hold. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause on empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause on empty. Last round for 3 on your own. Feeling that momentary pause at the top of the inhale. And that same momentary pause at the bottom of exhale. And then set the counting free, feeling the breath returning to its natural rhythm. Maybe a bit different. So continuing to welcome the breath as we move into our twisting movement, our spinal twist. It's a full spinal twist. There's an option for that. So feel free to move along. We'll be twisting right to left. We'll be pausing and moving just the head. So this will achieve our full spinal twist. If you are relaxing back into something, you might sit a bit more toward the front of your seat so your spine is engaged and there's some space to twist. On your next inhale, your arms reaching up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, twisting to the right and cactusing your arms. So deep bend in the elbows, palms are following the eyes. And then inhale, reaching back up to center. Exhale, twisting to the left, cactus arms. Deep bend in the elbows, feeling that across the collarbones and upper back. Inhale, reaching up, back to center. Exhale to the right, cactus arms. Inhale, reach up back to center, cactus arms to the left. This time we'll pause. Bring your left hand to the left hip, your right hand to right knee. You might press into the right knee just a bit to feel a deepening into the twist, the shoulders, the head, but also the ribs. You're feeling that even into the hips, the subtling twist from the pelvis to the top of the head. And everything from the shoulders down stays fixed. You're breathing, there's that flow. The head might begin to come back to center and just a bit toward the right. Back to center, back to the left. Head moving back and forth slowly. We don't need to move through this range of motion quickly. As you move slowly, there may be more subtle sensations from within along the spine you're noticing. You can pause at any point. It might feel nice to pause and breathe. Maybe you're inviting in a count of 4 or 5. Feels right for you to layer back in some of those breathing practices. You can. A couple more moments. Twisting to the left, head might be moving. Next time you're turning away from the left shoulder, you're going to unwind the spine. So the shoulders and head follow. As you inhale, let your arms sweep up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, finding a version of a forward fold. And it might be simply bringing your elbows on toward your knees. You might fold more deeply, feeling the front of the torso along the upper legs, or your hands reaching down toward the ground. just for a moment or two. And then as you inhale, begin to make your way back upright, arms finding their way toward the ceiling. And your exhale, twisting to the right, cactus arms. We'll move through center into the left once. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. This time, as you exhale, twisting right, you'll pause. The right hand comes to right hip. Left hand comes to left knee. Checking it out. How deeply do you want to press into that left leg to twist a bit more to the right? Finding your range of the shoulders and the head. And checking it out if it feels right to move the head to center and back over the left shoulder, letting the head move back and forth at a slow, steady pace. There may be a moment to stop and pause and breathe. Breath is flowing already, but you can actively welcome in a count or a little shaping if that feels right. Just another moment or two. Next time you're turning away from the right shoulder, unwinding the spine. As you inhale, let your arms sweep back up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, finding again a bit of a forward fold. Might be the same or different than it was before. Can move into unique expressions, getting out of conditioned ways of folding forward. Just a breath or two more here. Then coming back upright on your inhale, sweeping the arms back up toward the ceiling, feeling from the fingertips to the shoulders, the aliveness of the hands, the arms. And slowly, as you take many cycles of breath, bending at the elbows, begin to feel the forearms and the hands coming down. The palms are toward your body and you're feeling them coming down. You can even open your eyes in front of your face. And as you're bringing your arms and hands down slowly, sensing into that part of the body. So you're feeling it first into the head, the structures of the face, the neck, and the throat. The arms are moving slowly down as you feel into the torso, the upper, the middle, the lower, sensing into the pelvis, the upper legs, and you might even bend forward one more time as the arms make their way down in front of the knees, the lower legs, and maybe even the feet. And slowly, if you forward folded, coming back to your seat, taking just another moment or two here to feel from within your body. Feeling from the soles of your feet that are connected to that stable ground beneath you. Feeling from the toes to the head and the head to the toes, the body breathing, sensing and feeling. And as we move out of this practice, you might just check out what's the state of the mind now? What's the quality of the breath like? How has my presence and relationship to my body changed from just a little while ago? As you make your way back into your day, you might just feel that gratitude, hand to the heart, that sense of touch for taking time to reconnect, to come home and to breathe and remember kind of the fullness of life and the experience here. So I thank you for practicing along, and I hope you enjoyed this summer series. I look forward to offering this to you again later on at the end of the year.